Hey there, Nikki Harden, the badass woo-woo business coach, psychic medium, and the formulator of 21 Cleanse. So one of the most common questions I'm asked is, how do you get your messages? And truthfully, I get my messages in many different ways. Spirit comes, they're actually called the clairs. So we have clairvoyant, clairaudient, claircognizant, and clairsentient. So there is an experience when I go into what I call the field, right? When I sit down with a client or when I'm on the phone with a client, I ask permission to be able to access their field. And when I go into their field, I'm able to access information. That information may come from their aura, it may come from my guides, it may come from their soul contract, from their guides, from their angels, from even loved ones who have crossed. It comes, and sometimes from their higher self too. So my job is to really just be the absolute clearest channel and messenger of spirit. And how I do that is I get out of the way and I stay open and attuned and present, and I receive the messages as they come. Now, how do the messages come? They come in many different ways, and they come from different areas. It's quite interesting. I often hear things, right? So a lot of times I'll hear things behind here. I'll sense things. I'll see things out in front. Oftentimes if I see it over on my left, that refers to things that are going on just even in their very current, present, sort of past or the past. And then over to the right is where their highest path is, right? What I see in the future and the recommendations I have for where they go in the future for living their life purpose and realizing and actualizing their potential. So I can look into and see where they're stuck, what's happened that's caused that, how we can dislodge it, and what we need to do to go forward. So again, big part of what I do is I have there's a sense of knowing, right? So there's a claircognizance, and I just feel things so much in my body. Now so it's a knowing, it's a hearing, it's a seeing, it's a sensing. So everything comes through the senses. And personally, I didn't know for about 20 years of my life, I was literally training myself. So part of the reason I got into detox and I love my detox is because it clears my channels. It opens up all of my senses and I become very, very attuned. I hear things, I sense things, I feel things, I know they're coming. And I also keep my, I keep my aura very, very clear, right? So no drama, I keep my field clear, and that just helps draw in what's aligned with my path. And what's happening now in my life is I just have a thought and that person will contact me, or I'll say, I'm now responding and acting in the moment to these thoughts that I have, and it's almost every time I reach out to someone as it relates to responding to my thought, that person will say, I swear to you on my life, I was just going to text you, Nikki. So what the detox does is my detox 21 Cleanse, it helps me really, and you, really stay a clear channel, right? A clear channel. So when you have congestion in your body, that's going to create fog. It's going to be like a marine layer. So you won't be as attuned to the wisdom that you're receiving. You may question and doubt your intuition. But when you detox and you reset your system, you align with source energy and you have access to all of the information. So you're able to communicate telepathically, you're able to manifest instantly, you're able to see all of that, right? All of these things. And some of the other tools that I integrate for that are tools like freeform writing. I have a daily meditation practice a couple of times a day. I do breath work and my yoga. And I do my fitness, and I also I have a master's in spiritual psychology, so I work a lot of my tools to work through the unprocessed heals and hurts and emotions. And that's what I really, I work with my coaching clients, my spiritual business women, mostly, not all, but mostly. And we really help work and resolve those unhealed wounds and stuck thought webs and toxic emotions, either from the childhood, from these misinterpretations of reality, from past traumas. And we just start to loosen it up and dissolve it so that they can really align with their truth. Right? And then this is why my clients start to trust their intuition more. They're more centered and present in where they're going. These really amazing new opportunities come into their life. They start making more money. They meet the love of their lives, right? So how do I get my messages, right? Bringing it all back full circle. I get my messages by attuning to the wisdom of my body and noticing that my senses, all of it. And I never question any of it. Because when I go into the field, everything that I am given is in service to my client. It's never about me. It's in service to my client. And so I've had to literally master the art of surrender and trust. And this is the woman, myself, who grew up in a very logical brain with a business major, with math and Japanese. Those were my majors. And so to refine and learn the art of surrender and going into only trust and the intuition has really been a magical experience. And so that's where Spirit wants me to live, because that is the field of possibility. When you open up and when you really attune, when you keep your body, if you're thinking that, if you want to become more attuned to the wisdom of your body, I really suggest you look into my 21 cleanse, because it will change your life and it will tune you into the wisdom of your body, and you will start to manifest these new amazing experiences with very little effort. It's very, very amazing. So again, start to notice if you want to play with this. Again, I hear things, I see things, I feel them, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance. I know it. I just know it, right? And you never question it. So those are my tips for you. Nikki Hardin, if you've got some deep trauma or you're recycling these thought webs and you just maybe know many of the spiritual tools, but you never seem to make any progress, definitely feel free to send me a message. We'll get on a call. We'll see what we can do to dive in and what we can do to get you taken care of. And if you want to really clear your vessel so you can become that open, clear channel of source energy, look at my 21 cleanse. You can find all this on my website at nikkihardin.com. That's NYKKIHARDIN.com. So have a beautiful day. Oh, and of course, if you need a psychic reading, hit me up. I got your back. Have a great day. Talk soon. Bye.